Hi guys, welcome back to Allotment Diggers. Well, we're in my little blue shed today. I forget who it was. Says, why you never go in your shed, Mark? Well, there is a reason. I've got these characters next door, which never shut up. They're quiet at the moment, my chickens. However, they're not the only things what live next to. In fact, I've got a residence in what live in the shed here. And when I say residents, there's quite a few of them. There must be, well, there was over 200-300 of them at one point.
Just want to show you these. It's a bit dark in here, but I don't know if you can see these ladybirds there, all along here, all over here they are, all down here in these nooks and crannies. They're everywhere, all along here. There was hundreds of them, literally hundreds and hundreds of them. There's still a few up there now, but there was hundreds. Don't know if you can see them up there. Yeah, a little light. You get two of these for £5 from Home and Bargains, and you just like a couple of batteries. What you get with them, they come with the batteries as well, so they're all right. You get two of them for, and there's another load down there as well. So they're everywhere. Anyway, they're doing me no harm. So I'm quite happy for them to crawl around in my shed until they want to bugger off outside and eat all the aphids. So there you go. So as I was saying, they've been hibernating over winter, and this is where they've been hibernating inside the shed. So we're not going to touch them. When they're ready to go out, they'll find their own way out. They found their own way in, so they'll find their own way out, and they'll be all over my plot eating all the aphids. So that's what I'm hoping anyway. So we've not put a video up this week. This is the first one. We've not been able to do much because there's a fair come to Beale Hill Park, and they've been playing this music, and it's so loud, and unfortunately the recorder picks everything up, and it's all copyrighted music, and it's so loud you won't believe. And we've got it until Easter Sunday, and then they go then, thank God. So I'm restricted to doing any sort of serious stuff outside to record, because I can't show it, can't do any talking and all like that. So we've managed though this morning to take a tour of the plot. Now it's 15 mile an hour east southeasterly winds blowing out there constantly, and it is blowing a gale, but it's the only time I've been able to do any sort of recording at all. So I thought I'd take you on a tour of the plot and show you around the plot and show you what it's all looking like. We're also after I've took you on the tour, we'll take you in the greenhouses, and we'll show you in the greenhouses, and I've got a coal frame there. There's a few things in there I can show you as well. So these are all the things I'm going to show you now. So like I say, this is what's been happening over the last week when we're not been able to do any recording. So looking at my flag there, we've got an east-south-easterly wind blowing, and it's about 15 to 17 mile an hour gusts, and it really is very windy today. So I'm going to try and keep me back into the wind, so you might only see one side of the plot. So this is why I'm walking this way, I'm walking with the back into the wind. We'll go into this greenhouse and the other greenhouse afterwards, but I'll take you on a bit of a tour of the plot, show you what's happening. Now as you come down here, you come down to this bed. These are beautiful flowers. These are my favourite of all the tulips. I'm not too sure what they're called, but they're more like a rose. And we've got red ones as well. And well, the best bed would be that one over there when they finally come. These always come first. Now you notice all the others have all died back. Got lilies coming up here. And with the lilies come the lily beetles, and I've been picking them off for fun. Bloody awful they are, but as you can see, these beautiful tulips here, absolute treats to behold. Raspberry canes there along the trellis, they're doing okay. All the way along these beds we've got gladiolas. The only trouble is these raspberries have got other ideas. They're growing all different directions. Where I wanted them to grow along here, I thought I got them in line the way they were growing, but no, they've decided to cut, so I'll be pulling lots of these things up. I want to keep them all in a line really. Again, nothing happening with the dahlias here, but they will come. These are red, white, red currants. The white currants are just starting to get the leaves on them now. These ones are clearly doing okay. These are what we put in last year and they're doing wonderfully. Again, these are more currants. We like currants, so you know, you grow what you eat, and we like currants, we like raspberries, we like gooseberries, strawberries. Again, you can see a flurry of tulips along here. Sedum, that's starting to pick up along this bed here. Walk this way for now, and then we'll sort of scuttle across with his backs in the wind. This here needs a trim. This is rosemary, more rosemary in the corners. These are another gooseberry. These are gooseberry trees, and notice how they're coming over the top of the rhubarb. Again, we've got all the way along here, you've got daffodils, different types of daffodils, and not just the same daffodil, you've got to look closely. Again, tulips is not the same tulip, there must be 4 or 5 different tulips varieties there. Deep reds, pinks, whites with reds in, purples down there, and it goes all the way along here. They're all coming up in amongst the rhubarb. We have to lift some of this rhubarb out, make some rhubarb crumble. These daffodils are starting to die back, but it won't be long before the tulips, and you can see the tulips starting to come up here as well. The trees have come back to life here. They got blossoms on them. Even this peach has got blossoms on it, so we might get a few peaches this year. The squirrels don't get to them. The arch is coming to life with the rose which has climbed right over the top of it now, so that should look really good this year. Backing up this way, because I want to show you this is Spelia. We've got Spelia either side here of the. This is a Spelia. It grows to about half a metre tall, and it has beautiful pink ferns, and we've got them either side. And you got this sedum here and sedum there, and it sort of grows in between them, and it looks lovely. Again, we got sedum all the way along here, clumps. We've got poppies, a couple of big poppies, beautifully Afghan poppies, and it might look a bit messy at the moment, but we've got gooseberries here. All these, when they die back, we let them die back, then we take them all out, and then the dahlias should start to come through. But we've got currants, raspberries. Don't know where some of that bloody rag there. It's that windy. It's blown onto me plot. Let's just lift that out. Plastic, bloody hate plastic. If you swing round here, you can see all the strawberries doing well. More tulips, and if you look very closely, you can just start to see just here. Just starting to pop through now are the gladiolas, and they go all the way around this bed and all around the edge of this bed. Inside there, we'll have a look inside there in a bit, inside that coal frame. But yeah, the daffodils look lovely, but most of them have come and gone. This is a different lot of daffodils to the ones you've just seen recently. Again, we've got enough different types of daffodils here, the white ones, but if you look over here, you can see white ones with like orange bits behind the trumpets. Over there must be 5 different types of yellow daffodil there, double-headed, long trumpets, short trumpets, like a fleur-de-lis on the trumpets, like, and you're going to see all these lot coming. And amongst all that, you've got the tulips here, and then you've got the raspberries, they're currants, more currants, and we've got a fig over there, and again rosemary all the way along here. This is it's disappointing. There's nothing happening really on this at the moment, but there is buds on it, so it will come back. This is I think this is a currant. This perhaps not doing as well in the bucket. All the snowdrops have all died back, and they will go back into the soil, into the wood chip. There's a blueberry over there, That's an edge that I need to trim, and you got all different tulips, and you got lilies here. These are all trees, different varieties, fruit trees. All this will all start flowering shortly. Again, you got more you got lilies here coming up in the borders all the way along, and the corners here. You've got to watch for these lily beetles. There's more lilies there. I've got some carnations that I'm going to be planting in there shortly. I'll show you them in the greenhouse. The only thing I'm not seeing, it's a bit of disappointing here, because we had a load of the lupins and I pulled them all out, and I never put anything back in. So we're going to be putting some carnations in here shortly. Again, more pots, all flowers over there. These are all daffodils. Again, different varieties of tulips in this bed. All the tulips, daffodils and everything else what was in here is all died back, but you can see we've got lilies here coming up. That's a beautiful rose, tulip. Again, different tulips. There's a whole host of tulips still to come up. You're not seeing half of them yet. Yet there's been 2, maybe 3 different flowerings. You remember I had the crocuses and the little tat daffodils, and then we had tulips, more daffodils. It's just, you know, it's the raised bed that keeps on giving, and the same with that one over there. We missed the there's a golden delicious coming back to life there as well. I managed to save that. Hear the birds singing. What I need to do, we'll walk this way, so I'll keep me back into it. In fact, what I want to show you is some beautiful tulips down there. Now I've got a little clip with a bit of music. It lasts for about 1.5 minutes. I'll be showing you that at the end of all the different flowers which are coming up. Walking backwards here, guys. You can see our wind. Look at that flag there. It's giving it some, innit? Jack and Jill on the feeders before. That's a couple of buddies of mine, a couple of jackdaws. Follow me over from my house every morning. I don't know why they even bother, because we've got these in the back garden, but they follow me nonetheless. You might even see them when we go down the back here. You probably see them come land on there while we're doing a tour of the back. You can see all the snowdrops is all dying back now. And tulips, that tulip must be nearly 3/4 metre high, that bugger. All the leaves are coming back on the trees here. The celeriac's doing well. We've been doing a bit of weeding in that onion bed. There's a lot of weed in there, guys. I think you couldn't really see it with that cover on. We have been working on it, and what we do, we give all the weeds to chickens, and the chickens love them. So we took the tops off these buckets here. What are in these buckets are dahlias, and if you look very carefully, you can see dahlias coming here, just starting to poke through over here. What I'm probably going to do is put a bit of a fleece over the top of these just to protect them. We had a black plastic cover, if you remember, and the light wasn't getting to them, so now the frost and what have you can get at them, but so what we've got to do is put some fleece on them for the time being. Get to May the 6th, 7th, and then we should be through all the frost. There's nothing else in these beds, these ones here. Potatoes there are all done. Wind's blown all this lot over, so I'm going to have to straighten it. It's crushed me bloody P-frame as well, so I don't know what damage it's done there. I'm getting blown off my feet here, guys, honestly. It's that windy. We've got a couple of blueberries there. Some carnations on there as well. This is where all me stuff that I use on the plot I keep. Buckets, more buckets here. Be using them shortly. I replaced this about 2 months ago. Look what it's done there, it's ripped it to shreds, so I'm going to have to do that again. Elephant garlic's doing wonderfully. Onions, these are red onions. I think they've gone to seed, them Swedes, so we're going to have to do them again. We got some shallots in here, and we got a load of shallots. They're just starting to poke through now here, all the way along. They're all coming up. You can just, I don't know if you can see, let's just come down. You can just probably see them all coming along, all just starting to break through. So yeah, that's good. And we've got all this part here to go. Yeah, I'm not too sure what we're going to stick in here. Again, we've got, these are 2 elephant garlics. They would have looked out of place where they was, so we stuck them in these buckets here, and hopefully, well, we're going to see whether they grow better in the buckets or better in the ground. And at the moment they're about the same really. This is lemon balm either side of the chair. We've got loads more tulips in these starting to come up. In that tub there is comfrey tea. We've got a couple more of them containers full of comfrey tea. Again, got me back into this wind. Bloody hard filming this, I tell you. Just there that's all lemon balm. That there's red flag irises. These pots need putting out of the way now. These have got daffodils in. They've all spent. Got another a gooseberry there. I'm not too sure what these ones are, but they've got a beautiful flower. We'll be moving these up to the front of the plot later on in the year once they start to flower. The pond as well, it's full of tadpoles and newts and all sorts of stuff. Even we've got a fig here which is just starting to come back to life. Rose, so yeah, that's it. Everything's doing well. Even the chickens, they're all behind here because it's bloody freezing. The wind's blowing that hard, blowing them all over. If it can blow me, it certainly can blow them. There they are, no doubt. You can't really see them, but they're out of sight, out of mind. Just thought I'd take you down here, show you this rhubarb as well. So we've got all this rhubarb here. These are all brambles. That there's a rosehip, and there's a Chinese girl who comes down here when they've flowered, and she collects all the tops and she makes this jelly out of them. You can see the trees coming back to life here. All these trees are all coming back to life in here. You won't be able to see anything here shortly. Rhubarb's doing well here as well. So yeah, that's the plot in its entirety. We're going to go in the greenhouses now, so I'm going to take you in the greenhouses and show you what's happening. But I'm going to have to put the camera down because I need to open the doors. So be right back. So let's go in the greenhouse. It's, like I say, it's very windy, but it's lovely and warm in here. Some collies there. There's a broom banana shallot as soon as you come through the door. And then we got all the different varieties of chilies in here. I'm just going to shut the door behind me. These are cayenne. What are these ones? Gazino purples, jalapenos, hot Thai dragons. That's another hot Thai dragon. Not too sure what that. I think that one's. I think Scotch bonnet. That one. Oh no, that's a Scotch bonnet there. This is a Trinidad perfume. Purple Zimbabwean black. Then you got bell peppers, sweet boy. You know, there's a mixture of these. Over here you can see all different. I need to prick some of these out. These are corn, the sweet corn that I planted. That's Swiss chard there. More broom banana shallots. Inside there are sunflowers. Autumn beauty. They're like a red flower. There's 18 of them. And then I still haven't done that with them tomatoes, them heritage tomatoes that I've bought. But someone gave me these here and they said, "Oh, these are cucumber mark." And when I come to look at them, they turn out. Where are we? The courgette. So I don't know if I'm going to be putting them in anywhere. But if you look in these bags, you can start to see these need to be pricked out and potted on. I'm not too sure what variety of tomatoes these are. It might be beefsteak. I can't read that. I can't see it. Is it beef steak? Yeah, I think it is. Is it beefsteak? I can't see. Is that 2 O's? I think it is beefsteak. I need my glasses really. Anyway, so that's some beefsteak. These are chilies. More chilies there. You can see them all here. This is the beauty of these bags. They're absolutely awesome. Cucumber. More chilies. Peppers. More chilies. I think they're Joe Super Longs, or are they? Can't see. There might even be Carry-On, them ones. I can't see to tell you. Again, more tomatoes. I want to know what I've done with Nigel muddy boots. They're around here some bloody where. They might be in the other greenhouse. We'll have a look in a bit. But there's only a few of them come up. These are them carnations that I'm going to be putting in them gaps on the front of my plot. I do like carnations. We've got dahlias here in pots. These have been in the pots all through the winter. We never even bothered to put them into to dry them out. We just left them in the soil in the greenhouse and covered them up. And as you can see, they're doing wonderfully. What else have we got in here? Well, we've got all them heritage tomatoes. I'm going to be growing a few of them outside, and we've got to take this table out eventually, and we're going to be putting them in the. I think we might have to put them in pots this year. I don't know if we did them in pots in this greenhouse last year, or we did them in the ground. Whatever, whichever we do, we're going to do the opposite this year. What else we got here? Hang on. I think these are cabbages inside there. I don't want to lift the lid off them. So anyway, that's this. Oh. More red currants. I've got to tell you guys, we love us red, white and black currants. There's 3 more there. £1 a piece they were. £2 it says on the label, but we got them for £1 a piece, so I might stick them in with next to the strawberries. But yeah, this again, we got some compost there, more compost. So that's the middle greenhouse. What's the temperature? 109 Fahrenheit it was in here. That's why we got everything. We got the windows shut today because it's bloody very windy. All these plastic tops on here, I'm sure someone's going to ask. They're just so I don't take my eye out on these. And when they grow up and we tie them up, but when they get to a certain size, we'll be taking the tops off them so they bush out and you get more peppers and more chilies on them. I've got another load of these at home in my greenhouse at home, which looks pretty much like this, but it's probably twice as much as this. So anyway, that's what this the middle greenhouse looks like. Let's move up to the front greenhouse and show you what's happening there. And these bags work. And you're probably going to ask me about these bags as well. The pharmacy that I get me prescriptions, they come in these. I get these Vino packs of. I have to take about 90 medications every morning, medicines, and they come in these things, and yeah, they work like little propagators. Absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, the proof of the pudding, there you go. You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at that one. Absolutely incredible. Just know where to put it all. So let's move into the front greenhouse. Got a bloody alarm buzzing away over there in the background. But I thought I'd show you the peas in the gutters. They're doing alright. This is a bit patchy there. You know, there's a few in it anyway, so they're gonna come all the way along, so that's the main thing. And again here, the ambassador peas, I think they're an heritage one, but these are earth green shaft ain't. And as you can see, the buckets, these potatoes have just started to get about 3 inches from the top, and these buggers are growing through, so I need to put these gutters into the coal frame outside. The grapevine's doing well here. It goes along the top as well. I need to take that jasmine out, otherwise it'll turn into anchor or what. There's Manny. We need to give it. I'm going to give him one of my red shirts. I'm going to take that coat off him and stick a red shirt on. What do you think? Although he looks pretty good there. You know that them pants there, it's a bib and everything, it's a fishing coat that. It's got about 150 quid's worth of clothes on there, and I think he only ever used them twice, and there was a bit too small on me, that's why they're on him. He's lost his cap, I don't know where his cap is. But anyway, enough of him. Let's have a look here. These are all these here are all sunflowers. Some haven't fired, some have. Well, you know, we not more too worried about that because we got bloody loads of them. If you look down there, you can see another dahlia there coming up. That was left in the soil as well. So, you know, as long as you cover them over in the winter and keep them stored where they're not going to freeze, they do all right. And as you can see, that's the third year this has been in its pot, and you'll see some beautiful flowers on this. If you go back to last year around about June, July, you'll see some beautiful red flowers in this greenhouse about here, and that's what they are. What else we got? Well, let's just have a quick look here. Again, they're zinnias. Nothing's happened with me calendula, so I don't know what the hell's going on wrong there. But they're not fired at all, although they might take a bit more time. But I think Nigel Muddy Boots is growing something. I think he's growing the same ones, to be quite honest with you. We've got some ginger in there. We've got this whole host of things I've stuck in there just recently. I can't really show you at the moment. Celery, we just pricked some of these out and just potted some of these on. All these trays here for pricking out and potting on, all these here, they're all set for the same thing. Over here we've got these Musselburgh leeks, and they're doing well. We won't put them out until they get to pencil size. They'll be about this side when we put them out. What we got in here is, well, again, these are Cosmos, two different varieties of Cosmos. We'll need to prick them out and stick them in pots. And we've got some here called Little Leo sunflowers, but nothing's happened with them. Very disappointed. I'm going to have to get some more of them. I've got a ton of them in my shed. The only trouble is I can't find them, so it looks like I'm going to have to buy more. Or I might have some in my seed collection, so I'll have to have a look at that. That there's a loquat. We have got another grapevine in here. It's never produced anything, but this is the first time. This is the first year it's actually got this eye, so there's every chance we might get something off it by the end of it. Otherwise, this thing here, what's called crawling over the top of the door, we're going to train it along that side as well. So we're going to have this grapevine. Hang on, the grapevine there, which is, I think it's about 2.5 years old now, will completely surround the greenhouse. We had about 20 kilos of grapes off this grapevine last year. So yeah, you can see the potatoes there, they're right over the top of the buckets now, so I need to top these up as well. We might have to kick them outside very shortly, but I've got fleece to cover them, so they should be okay. So there you go, that's the front greenhouse. Have I missed anything? No. So there we go. So I did say I'd show you inside this this cold frame here, and if we lift it up you can see strawberries in there. For this, all this lot's all got to be dragged out. Inside them pots, funny incidentally, is snowdrops. We're just drying them out. We're going to take all the bulbs and we're going to put them into some pots at home and into the borders at home, I think. Again, I don't know what that. Someone help me out here, guys. I don't know if it's a bloody weed or what, but it's just something what's grown in that pot over the winter, and it doesn't look like a weed. So we're going to keep it in there and keep an eye on it. These are more thingy trays for putting more seedlings in. Again, we got some of these in here are different flowers what needs to still come up. A few more strawberries there, but all this is going to be cleared out of here shortly. You can see all the trays. These are all the drip trays, and we'll be putting all the seedlings into these drip trays and hardening them off. I think that's Cosmos there, 4 little Cosmos. And there's a mixture of other things, a bit of timber there which comes in handy, and a few pots and what have you. A little watering can we leave in there as well. So there we go, that's what's inside the coal frame. Oh, that there's thyme, and that there is the golden delicious tree, apple tree there. So there we go, that's what was in this thing here.
So as you saw there, the tulips, the daffodils, everything's coming up as one lot dies, as another one rises. There's plenty of the life, everything's coming back to life now. It will look pretty good in the summer months. It has looked pretty good all through January, February, with the snowdrops, the irises and all, the crocuses, sorry. Tulips, daffodils, we just had one flowering after another. And it's been really good actually, because I normally would get just one mass flowering. But we've had it staggered, and there's been quite a lot of these. I mean, if you go back over the last 5-6 episodes, you'll see so many different varieties of, as one lot's risen, another one's fallen, and again it's still happening, and everything's starting to turn green. The trees at the back are going, getting the leaves on them now, blossoms on the trees. As you can see in the greenhouses, everything's there's nowhere to you couldn't even swing a cat inside the greenhouses. That's why we're down here in the shed as well. And we've got a lot of seedlings to pot on. I'll be doing that in the next episode. I've not only ever been over here, I've been helping my brother on his plot. We've been defining his beds, so just started to dig them over. He started to put a rotavator through him the other night, but he run out of bloody petrol. So I'll show you that video in another video. I've also been helping my mate George with his last of his greenhouses, 14-foot greenhouse. He had a lad come and build him a base the other day, a few days back. I went over there the other day and fixed it to the concrete blocks that he's got there. And well, today I think it was Bill and George was putting the panes of glass into his greenhouse. Jonathan, another mate of his, he did the roof, put the panes in yesterday. It's a bloody big greenhouse, so I'll take you over there and show you that again. But yeah, the reason why we didn't throw a video up weekend was because of the incessant sounds that's coming from Bewell Park. And we've got lucky this morning, because the kids are in school, so the fair's not open. But with them being a bank holiday, it's just constantly been going. It's non-stop basically. Before I go, I want to show you some of these. These are the eggs. Now, this is a normal egg, okay, and this is, they're both side by side, by the way. This is what one of my girls laid this morning, a double yolker. I'm going to be taking that home, and in fact I've got a couple of trays of them here, but I think we're going to have that for some cheese and egg later on tonight for my supper. So next episode we'll get a load of seed sowing, seedling pricking out and potting on, and I'll take it over and show you my brothers and show you the greenhouse, what we've done. It's a lovely greenhouse that he's got as well, amongst other things. So that's it really. I'm going to end the video there, because I know it's coming up to, well, it'll be 5 o'clock shortly, and the fair will be opening again. All the kids will be back from school, and the fair will be going on until the early hours. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you very soon, and yeah, we'll give you another look around inside the shed again. But for me and the couple of 100 ladybirds in the shed and the chickens next door, goodbye for now.